Hello, Vesna.
Hello.
Let's talk about 3Dynamic Vision, the project you are going to realize here at Istituto Marangoni for the Design Week. Can you describe us the performative action you are going to develop and how you're going to engage public in this project?
The idea of this Fuori Salone is to combine two kinds of arts, fine arts and performance. We want to paint, but to involve even the public, to let them feel protagonists of this whole project. It's kind of experimental workshops. We want public to give their own stamp, their own opinion to this idea of the art and the design.
Okay, second question. Let's talk about time and space. So we understood as your project is related with a long process of sharing your practice with public, so the transformation of a classroom here at Istituto Marangoni in your workshop dimension. But now I want to enter a bit more in the question of space as a language. Your background is related with studies focused on architecture, design, and so what I would like to ask you is how relevant is for you and for your research the idea of space as language?
Well, as you said, everything belongs a lot to my educational background. It's an experience of long 9 years of studying interior architecture and architecture itself. All of that was constantly followed by courses of sculpturing, arts and drawing classes, which definitely enriched my curriculum and my skills. The idea of all of that is kind of meditation for me. It's kind of balancing art that give me total freedom. There are no boundaries, there are no limitation. I'm totally free to say, to express whatever I feel, whatever I think. And then at a certain point, when it's everything so abstract and fluid, comes the architecture, comes the space that it's kind of anchor for me. It gives me the wall, it gives me the space, and like that I make a perfect balance. It's kind of even interior, personal journey, not only professional.
Last question. Let's talk about the relations between visual art and design practice. Because there's a specificity, you are developing this research or doing this work in a design school during the design week. But it's a work that is strongly connected with the development of languages that comes from visual arts. So, what do you think about the relation and the dialogue between art and design? And do you think that this kind of experience enrich also your profile as designer and as artist?
Well, interaction of design and art created on me complete professional. Art that gives me more freedom and let me be more daring, more challenging and more free to express some even crazy idea. And then on the other hand, architecture that is more rational and grounded. For example, all my process, it's very artistic. All my projects at the end are becoming piece of art. All my architecture could be considered even kind of performing installation, which is for me extremely charming.
Okay, so what else? Let's wait the public here at Istituto Marangoni for the Design Week.